Hi, this is Kelly from Play Therapy Connection. I wanted to take a minute to answer a question that we get asked very frequently here, and that's how many sessions is my child going to need? It's a great question, and to be honest, there's no specific answer, but I can kind of highlight a few things to help guide you on finding this information that is going to be best suited for you. So one, every family and child is unique, as well as their history. So one of the things that we talk about in play therapy is kind of the rate and speed at which healing and recovery can happen. So depending on the age of your child, this could certainly be a potential thing to consider. For example, if your child is 2 years old, they potentially only have 2 years of perceived challenges or traumas to work through, versus if your child is 14, they may have 14 years worth of challenges or traumas to work through. So age is certainly a factor, as well as the number of current challenges or previous traumas, or how long has the challenges have been going on in your child's life. Maybe another way to think about it. So for example, if you say, when I really am honest, I know that my child has been anxious since the day they were born and they're now 10, we have quite a few layers to work through and quite a few years of undoing or relearning a different way to respond to the environment, versus a child who has been anxious for the last 3 months and they are 4. So really different perspectives. So certainly age of child and how long the presenting symptom has been in place. So that's one thing to consider. The next thing that I really talk to families about is what speeds the process up and what tends to slow it down. So typically here at Play Therapy Connection, we encourage families to start with their therapist with having sessions 1 time a week. That really helps establish the rapport and start to dive into the therapeutic process. And then what you're ideally looking at is, once challenging behaviors begin to resolve and symptoms start to decrease, not only in session, but at home and at school and in other places in the child's life, then you may start to decrease services to every other week or once a month. Kind of you and your therapist specifically would talk about what that may look like. But so certainly having frequent or consistent attendance, that's the word I'm looking for, a consistent attendance to therapy is going to help speed things up, as well as being honest with your therapist about what's working, what's not working. If we offer a suggestion or idea for you to practice at home, did you try it? Did it work? Did it not work? And giving us feedback about what's going to help you and your family. We can only, if we offered a suggestion to try something and you forgot or didn't do it, let us know. Or if you tried it and felt awkward and didn't work, great, then let us know that too. So being open and honest with your therapist about what's working at home and what's not working, and what you have availability to or comfortability trying or not. So that's another piece that can really help speed up the process. With that being said, I think your investment in your child's therapy and being willing to put in the work and try things that are uncomfortable is certainly going to help. The other piece that I would add on to that is if the challenge is currently happening for the child, or if it's persistent. So for example, if you know that your child is struggling with anxiety because of some medical trauma and you know they have 4 more surgeries coming up, we would consider that an ongoing challenge. And so that could certainly kind of add time to process what they're working on. Or if going to school is particularly difficult to your child, we know that they're going to continue to have to go to school. Or maybe your family is currently experiencing some type of move or divorce and things aren't finalized and really up in the air. Those would also be considered ongoing challenges, which can add time. So things that speed it up are consistent attendance, working with your therapist, being honest, being open to being vulnerable and trying new things, and really that's kind of my summary of how long is it going to take. So not a specific answer, but I hope it gives you some helpful ideas. I look forward to connecting with you soon, and please reach out if you have any questions at all.